Chapter 2. Change your thinking and change your life. And it's just giving you these main concepts and pros to prosumer and such, and getting you to think outside of the conventional mindset, an unconventional mindset, to get unconventional results in a good way. Playing off of what a vast majority of people do. What about the vast majority of people, these people who think the same, think of different, instead of thinking different? How do they go about producing wealth? Most people who think the same about producing wealth get a job. That's the obvious way to produce wealth, isn't it? When people with jobs want to produce wealth, they seek a promotion, or they look for a better paying job, or they work overtime, or they get a second or even third job. They may change their jobs, but they don't change their thinking. They think the same. That's why today Americans work longer hours than any other nation, according to this book. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not. And then also, just this chapter really talks about changing your mindset. You have to think unconventional, like I already said, in order to go outside of the start to finish maze. For instance, this maze right here, concept from Escape from the Maze by James Higgins. Same exact picture was given to participants. Instructions: use a pencil, draw the quickest path from the start of the maze to the finish. Time yourself to see how long it takes. Are you done? Some people would have done this in a matter of 30 seconds, 2 minutes, or drawing the line through the twisting maze. Would you be surprised to learn, though, that you can actually do it in a matter of like a second or two? Conventional wisdom says you have to abide by the instructions and such. Have a good one.
You too.
Conventional wisdom says you have to abide by the instructions. But unconventional says you still abide by the instructions, but you think outside the box. Meaning, you actually start and you draw a line straight to finish, rather than even bothering with the maze, because the instructions don't even say that. So it's going to your mindset and thinking differently, thinking outside of how most people think. Because when you do that, you're gonna find vast different opportunities out there because of that. Because most people think the same a lot of the time. Majority of people think the same. So when you go outside the box in a positive, constructive, valuable manner as far as how you're thinking, you're gonna do pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. So I'm all about unconventional, baby. I'm all about oddness, weirdness, unconventional. In order to be number one, you gotta be odd. Oh, dropping some knowledge right there. Later in the chapter also says, think like a store. Coincidence? Think about it. Think different, I say. Oh. First step in thinking different is to take off your consumer's hat and put on a producer's hat instead. Simple shift in thinking separates the haves from the have-nots, the rich from the poor. The wishful thinker from the goal setters. That's why I say if you want to have more, you have to think like the store. The author, Bill Kwan. Alright, my phone just died there. Not died there. Ran out of space, so I had to clear some space. And so getting back to the author, made a reference to Rich Dad, Poor Dad book. Same author that I just previously read, a book of Robert Kiyosaki. And again, coming down to being able to identify what are assets and what are liabilities. Assets in the sense that produce, give you wealth. Liabilities take wealth from you. So again, it's playing off the notion assets could be producing, liabilities are consuming. What do you want to see when you shop? That's an old Spanish expression that sums up how our thinking affects our outlook on life. When a pickpocket meets a priest, all he sees are pockets. Oh. If you keep thinking like a consumer, looking to save money by buying everything at discount, then the only thing you end up discounting is your dreams. When you focus on buying at discount, you end up with a garage full of stuff you bought for 40%. 2 years later, when you decide to get rid of the clutter, you're lucky to get a penny on the dollar at a garage sale. You may have saved 40% in the short run, but in the long run, you've discounted your dreams 100% because you can't afford them anymore. Folks, it's time for you to think different too. It's time to think like the store so that you can have more.